Third time's a charm, everyone. Hey, everyone. Okay, I have to do a quick preface on this. We're level 90 now. We gained a level. And we have a bunch of crap on our character right now. Because I've actually gone through this area twice. Up until almost the waypoint. The waypoint's like up here. Because the last time I sat down to... Actually, I have to check. Okay, gotta make sure OBS is on top so I can see it. The last time I started up a session of this playthrough, there was a power surge. And, the computer's okay, but I think I need a new battery backup because it didn't battery backup. And, yeah, I lost the first record of this area. So, we're here now, though, and we should not have problems, because it's not raining. We should not have problems, because it's not, you know, weather's, I guess, bad. I mean, I like rainy days. Some people don't, and would consider it bad weather. But things should work. Things should work this time. I mean, I don't want to jinx myself over it, but yeah, hopefully they'll work this time. So we're after the first Malmouth waypoint. That's gonna be outside the city. It's not difficult to get. You pretty much just run through Morndale here, straight north, and you'll get there. There are a few surprises in Morndale, but I'm actually saving those because I kind of want to do everything that Morndale has in one go. So I am actually just gonna run through this area as quickly as I can. I'll stop and fight things because I mean I still want to level this guy up. And speaking of leveling up, at 84, when the next round of like really good gear becomes available, I'm gonna redo this character. He's gonna be the same, essentially the same type of build, but we're gonna be doing him with the chain lightning component. Seal of Storms? Whichever the seal is that gives you the chain lightning, that's what I'm shooting for. That's what I'm shooting for with my my build in the future. It's not that I think this Aether Lightning ability is bad per se. It's actually still pretty good. And there is a mythic version of the Ring Ring Amulet set, the Arcane Storm set. I think it's called like Arcane Tempest or something like that. And it's basically the same set, just upgraded. I don't remember if it adds anything, because it is epic, it's not legendary, so I don't remember if it adds a lot of new lines to the abilities. I'd have to go look at it. But, I'd much rather just run the new Chain Lightning, because it's within our damage types. It's, you know, Cold Lightning Lightning. This is Aether Lightning Lightning. So it'll be much easier within the Shaman spec to gear that up than it will be to keep this going. And it frees up our rings and our amulet, which is pretty nice, actually. Because we'll be able to equip, like, I don't actually know. It just occurred to me, I don't actually know what I would go for rings and amulets with this guy. I mean, I could go very bizarre and pick up, instead of doing the Chain Lightning thing, I could grab up the Stormseer Sapphire that turns Albrecht's Aether Ray into a Lightning Cold Beam. I don't think it'd work as well as the Chain Lightning would, honestly. Albrecht's Aether Ray and I are kind of in an impasse. I dare say falling out. It depends on if it gets buffed soon. Which, by the time I put this up, I should have the post on the forums for. And anyone who's been following the stream knows that I'm kind of miffed with how it's working out right now. So yeah, the stairs down you see there, that leads to a basement with a unique in it called Turnox. And Turnox, fucking no. Turnox is, he's a purple name guy. He's not that difficult to deal with. He is a bit of a pain in the butt, but he's doable. I want the disease guy out of here because I don't want to deal with poison pools. Before we go for anyone else. Oh, we just killed it. We just killed the other two heroes while going for the poison guy. Yeah, just as a side note, these swirly aether things need to disappear quicker when the enemies die. Like, there's a lot in, especially Malmouth. I actually think Ugdenbog feels fine. There's a lot in Malmouth that I think needs toning down. Just straight up toning down. Damage-wise, health-wise, damage-wise, health-wise, effect-wise, there are way too many ground effects. Like, especially from these guys, the Flesh Shapers. They're basically the upgraded, I don't remember the name. I remember the Dominator name. You know, they're the things that Gethrin and Zambrant are. Yeah, but anyways, these basements, when you see them on your map, you know to kind of angle yourself, when you come around this bend, you kind of angle yourself this way and you'll get up here. And you can go in the basements and fight Turnox if you want. He drops part of the Krieg set, which I haven't actually talked about that on stream because it is kind of a spoiler that I was kind of hoping other people would just figure out on their own. But yeah, I guess I can share it a bit. The Krieg set is a Battle Mage set. Here, wait, there's another Myrmidon back here. Yeah, the Krieg set is a Battle Mage set. It's based on Inquisitor Krieg. Or no, Warden Krieg. Because it's Inquisitor Krieg and Warden Krieg. So yeah, based on the Warden, you get a bunch of things that are... Oh, no. I killed all of the trash mobs that pop out of that portal while trying to fight that hero. So, Myrmidons are one of those things I think really need to be toned down. Myrmidons, they're a class of sort of mage, like possessed, like the possessed arcanists, possessed spellbreakers, that they have a heal. And I think that they don't, it's not that they heal too much, it's that they... okay, we'll just get caught on an edge here, so we can't move now. I'm gonna die right here. I don't have a portal up. I'm gonna die right here because I got caught on an edge, and there are way too many enemies there. But yeah, Myrmidons, they'll heal, and they also have the Myvan Sphere on themselves, so they're kind of a pain in the ass to deal with, and there are heroic versions of... heroic versions of them. I'm talking a billion miles an hour here. And they suck. Because if you don't pay attention to Myrmidons, who look exactly like every other ethereal mage, you could end up having very extended fights. That's what I think was maybe happening there, is I just didn't get the hero dead quick enough. And then I got hoarded by the big guys. Also, that seriously needs to be just removed. I don't think anyone wants to fight 5 Titans, 5 Colossuses. I know there are people out there that think this game's easy, and on some level, you can make it mind-numbingly easy. You can make it mind-numbingly easy with just dual-wielding, life-stealing auto-attackers. And the game becomes so much more manageable, so much more easy, because you can just sustain through everything. And of course, you have good gear, it gets really easy. I don't like playing those characters unless it's like a weird spellbreaker. Although I don't know if my spellbreaker would be considered weird. Yeah, so I'll put, God damn it. I'll put a little edit here. Then we'll be back up there. I'll make sure to put a portal down. I wasn't thinking I'd die there. Okay, we're back up here. Yeah, so these stupid ass Titans, they're like Flesh Hulks 2.0, and I hate them. I don't think I have a single character that can fight them well. I don't have a single character that can handle them in groups well. The closest thing I've gotten, oh god, they had like 2 hits left. They're all around a miserable enemy to fight. They're an enemy I hate to fight. I wish that they weren't in the game, period, but if they have to be in the game, I wish they didn't spawn in groups of like 5. It's just obnoxious to deal with. So let's see, the legendary we got were the mythical Rune Guard Greaves. These are pretty good. If I were using, I believe that is Inquisitor, Soldier, or Nightblade, something in those 3, I would maybe consider using these. Excuse me while I take a sip of coffee. 10k damage absorption, that's basically a health bar. Against Aether and Elemental is really nice. IMHO. Yeah, so anyways, Myrmidons I think need something to show off their Myrmidonness more. And yeah, the sphere, because they have a Myvan sphere, like I said. So having the sphere, yeah, that kind of helps, but I don't think anything else really does have this here. Maybe make it more prominent that you're fighting them. Like, they just need something that isn't standard Grim Dawn enemy caster appearance. You know, the big pointy shoulders, wearing a robe, because they're basically in Ascendant garb. And the Ethereal Attendants, the Ascended Spellbreakers, and the Ascended Myrmidons all look basically the same. Oh yeah, and with this character, I'm still going to keep not Disintegration, Devastation, because Devastation is that good. Even if we're not geared Aether, it deals enough damage to an area that 1 point on it is completely fine. Because I'm still going to keep Star Pact. I know Stormcaller's Pact is really powerful because of its crit damage. But I personally think cooldown reduction for this character is just sheer DPS. So the Haunted Crabs, you cannot freeze. It's yet another enemy you can't freeze. That's something that really annoys me in the expansion. Yeah, I'm kind of... From Malmouth, from basically this point in the game on, I'm going to sound really negative, and I don't mean to sound like an ass. I really don't mean to sound like a dick, because I really do enjoy the expansion. And I've been playing it almost non-stop for like a week. But I hate the enemy design in Malmouth. I like it in Ugdenbog. I think it's fine in Ugdenbog. It can be kind of annoying to deal with, like with if you have skeletons. They die a lot to the plants because skeletons, for whatever reason, just take a lot of damage from ground effects. Like a lot of damage from ground effects. They pretty much get one-shotted by anything that's put on the ground. So, yeah, but they're fine. They're like an interesting design because they act contrary to pretty much everything in the game. Everything in the game tends to run up to you to hit you, and the plants don't. They're like fighting turrets, and I actually really like it. The problems for me start in Malmouth. Like, these things, the Flesh Warped, they're kind of whatever. They're your standard, just standard grunt unit, almost. They don't do a lot. I don't mind these things, the Bloatworms, because, again, they play contrary to the rest of the enemies in the game. And Flesh Warp are fine, because they're just standard run-up and hit you enemies. I even think these guys are fine. The Bile Eaters and the Regurgitators and the Bloaters, I think they're fine. The problems for me are like these Flesh Shapers, the Architects of Flesh, the Myrmidons, the Titans, basically everything that's a repeat almost of what the previous Ethereal groups had. I can't stand them. I think they're not good enemies. And it's from the standpoint of, one, they all do things that, like, I don't mind an enemy that heals if you know what the enemy is. Like, we know Grobbles heal, right? We know that their Witch Doctors heal, but we know what the Witch Doctors are. They are distinct enemies that it's easy to see. There's the Witch Doctor. He's doing things that are different from everyone else. We can jump on him and kill him, shoot him and kill him. We know how to handle him. To me, the Myrmidons aren't different enough. They just look like other casters. And because they look like other casters, and you're not, like, paying attention, or you just don't notice them because, let's face it, this is a game where hordes of enemies come after you, you may not notice there's the Myrmidon there until the enemy's completely healed back to full, and you've just had the fight time double. So yeah, Myrmidons, I don't really like them. Obviously, I don't like the Titans. I think they should have come up with something different than basically, oh wow, another version of a Flesh Hulk. Because let's face it, it's another version of a Flesh Hulk. And there are two of them, because there's Behemoths and then the Colossus/Titan class. Even though there's also, I think, Stormbearers, which are the electric versions. I just find them incredibly unfun to deal with. I think we are going to go over here and... I thought I had dynamite on me. Why do I have 22 blood on this character? Here, we have to go back and get my dynamite. The thing that annoys me, like, most is the fact that they are unfreezable. Like, I can deal with unfreezable enemies. So long as it's unfreezable enemies that are like, oh, I know why that's not freezable. He's a cold enemy. You know what? I think I accidentally grabbed blood with this guy instead of dynamite. Because you do need your dynamite on you to open these things. It doesn't automatically pull it from stash. Same thing with scrap. It needs to actually be on your character. So there's a unique guy back here we're going to go try to kill. These things, Colossuses, I hate them. It's like we didn't need this in the game. Just, if they wanted to, they should have just brought Flesh Hulks into this area and come up with something new. It's one of the few things that I genuinely don't like about the expansion, because I can be critical of, like, the Necromancer and Inquisitor as classes sometimes, but overall, I think they're gonna be fine. I think they're gonna come out okay, and you're gonna have fun builds. You're gonna have interesting concepts. I'm warming up to the classes more now, mostly because I have a Spellbinder who's actually doing well. But I mean, I can still say I hate Ravenous Earth and don't think it should exist, but the class is fine. Same thing with the Inquisitor. I think the Inquisitor, just my personal opinion, is it's boring, but it's gonna be fine. Like, you're gonna get builds out of it. You're gonna get interesting combos out of it. The thing I genuinely don't like, and I really, really don't want to sound like an asshole saying it, is the monsters in this act are just not great. Yeah, the fact that they're unfreezable mobs, and then they're mobs that can, like, chain stun you because everything has to spawn in groups, right? We can't have just one Bio-Leader or one Colossus. We have to have lots and lots of Colossi, right? Ow. They have to deal, of course, obscene amounts of damage, and they have to have a massive health pool, and a high, like, I think it's going to counter thing is, yeah, they have to have high OA and DA. They can't be something clever, something different. It's like the same thing, just over and over again. Yeah, this character also is starting to hit that point where, that was a funny interaction. This character is starting to hit that point where his gear is probably going to get outclassed by the enemies, which happens. It happens just, it's the city. Like I have characters who, like my sorcerer, right? My Alrex Aether sorcerer, who I've done like a dozen build videos on over the course of the game, over the history of the game. He's possibly not going to be that build anymore, simply because he can't handle these enemies. Simply because these enemies are so obscenely overtuned in this chunk of the game. It's a little sad to me, honestly. Yep, so more mental alacrity. That's so we can do our chain lightning faster. I don't think there's like an exalted back here. There should maybe be an exalted back here. You know, I'm sort of like, huh. There aren't really that many. There are some hidden chests, but there aren't like exalted chests, at least as far as I can tell, strewn about the expansion like they are in the main game. That's not really a criticism, that's just more an observation, because there are like 2 really good chests that you can pick up from quests. And then obviously the end boss has like 3 of them. More coffee. We have to wait until 94 before we get our next tier of gear. There's like a tiny period around 90, like 92, 93, where it's a little rough. Not gonna lie. But it generally should work out. I think this guy's gonna be pretty strong in terms of a build. Like I said, we're gonna redo him at around 94 because he's just gonna need some tweaking. He's not gonna need a major overhaul. But yeah, anyways, my Albrex Aether guy is not gonna potentially be an Albrex Aether guy in the foreseeable future, simply because Albrex needs a buff, and it's really hard to play the expansion area with it. If he goes back into the normal game, he actually has 0 problems. And I'm not the only one having this problem with their builds. A couple class combos just are weaker now. At least in the expansion areas, they're weaker. Like the Sorcerer, I personally think I'm going to downgrade it from being like a top class to just... From being a top class, the Sorcerer, I'm actually saying it's possibly going to be maybe A tier to B tier. Like, yeah. I have... Well, Malmouth isn't listed yet. Okay, yeah, if I got the Coven mandate, we got the other one. You know what? Next episode we'll talk about tiers a little bit. It's too early to pin them down completely, but we may, like, we can do a little speculation on it. And we'll go get the bridge next time. So thanks for watching, everyone. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and I will see you guys then.